Welcome to another episode of Autogefühl. Today, I'm here in Santa Monica, so a special shout out to all our American viewers. I'm here for the launch of the all-new Volkswagen Atlas. Let's find out what this car really is all about. Are you interested? Come on, let's go. So here at the front is a very strong design. This car comes with standard LEDs across all models, and it has the standard new facelift version of the Volkswagen corporate design. A really strong front bumper with fog lamps in the bottom. And as we go over to the side, a very large Volkswagen badge right in the middle. And all the sensors are hidden away in the bottom of the car. And it's a very straight, wide line, so which gives this car a really large, dimension, and it makes the car very imposing on the road. Now let's go check out the side. So on the side, this car is really long. In fact, it's longer than the Touareg, and we have really large 20-inch wheels. But these are an option. They're completely shiny black. I think it looks really good, and with this golden sand color yellow, it's again very, reminiscent of the beach culture that is very prominent here in Santa Monica. Along the side, we have a very strong design line, and Volkswagen is trying to emphasize the strength of this car and the precision of this car with these straight lines all across the body. And again, this being a very big SUV, you have squared wheel arches with black-clad plastic bumpers. And overall, we stand on this side, it's a really long car. So the Atlas is 5 meters long, or that's about 16 feet, and it's about 2 meters wide. That's about 6 feet 6 inches. And again, here at the back, you have two rear exhausts. In this case, this is fake, like a lot of these cars now. And even this is a fake exhaust, but you have a tow point in the middle, nice strip of chrome along the bottom of the bumper, and up here, the word Atlas written in a real bold font. So let's pop the trunk and see how big it is. Now the VW Atlas comes with a full 3 rows and a very large boot for a car of this size. And as you can see, the lip is very low, so loading your suitcases are not going to be a problem. It's just the actual height of the car which will be a little bit of a challenge. Below it you have the Fender subwoofer for the sound system and the tire replacement jack kit. And you can also fold these seats with this tab, and now you get a really large loading bay. Furthermore, you can see you have some parcel shelves to keep loose and smaller items, and even the rear passengers have a small armrest and cup holders and air conditioning vents. So the rear passengers are really well catered to. So let's check out the front seat. Really wide and really tall door, but it doesn't feel very heavy. Let's check the sound. Sounds pretty light, but it still has the typical Volkswagen German build quality. Again, a very nice and large door panel. Materials up here are pretty good. You get a nice insert of aluminum on the top with a little bit of wood in the middle. But this is an option. You can spec whatever else you want here. This car, like I mentioned, comes with the Fender sound system. Again, very similar to the rest of Volkswagen parts. So that means good build quality. You have a nice door bin to store water bottles as well. Now, on the inside, again, this is very similar to the current range of Volkswagens as well. But what's really special about this Atlas and the upcoming Volkswagens would be the all-digital dashboard, which is very common, similar to the Audi digital dashboard. And you have a nice, sporty, quite a small steering wheel for a big SUV, but then again, it kind of emphasizes a sporty character along with the flat bottom steering wheel. And as usual, you also have the regular controls on the steering wheel. Now this is a sports seat. Again, fully adjustable electronically. You have different seat options as well, and nice perforated leather and leatherette combination, which here in Autogefühl we don't really like genuine animal leather, but this is faux leather, so it's okay with us. And overall, I think it's got a really nice, strong character lines to it. Very straight dashboard, as you can see. Not many curves all along from here, from this side air conditioning vent, which is again very rectangular in shape, and a big rectangular line all along the dashboard to the other side. All right, so let me hop inside, see what it's like. It's a bit of a step up for me. I'm 5'8" or 1.7 meters. So ingress is a little bit of a step up, and that's okay because, well, it's an SUV, so it has to have that. Getting comfortable is really easy. You have a fully adjustable seat, very comfortable seats, and a very airy cabin, lots of headroom, big sunroof as well. And another important aspect that I want to mention is that Volkswagen has clearly designed a very narrow A-pillar for the Atlas to improve outward visibility. And it's a very big, wide windshield in the front, so navigating this car is not going to be a problem even in the cities. And when I sit here at my eye line, I can see the haunches on the bonnet quite prominently. So this narrow A-pillar definitely aids with my visibility. So this car being as wide as it is, the armrest is enormous. Two people sitting side by side can comfortably rest their arms here. And what's more, look at the size of that. It's an enormous little box here. You can fit a tablet very easily. There's a USB socket, so you can plug your phone or your device to the dashboard. As we go further up ahead, this car only comes with the 8-speed automatic transmission, and there's two very large cup holders with very nice lighting inside. And here we have the key. This is the keyless entry, so we have a start-stop button, so you don't need the key, an electronic parking brake, and driving mode selectors. And as we go further up, here inside we have a very nice wide cubby hole to keep your phones, and again a 12-volt socket, a USB, and an auxiliary cable socket as well. So Volkswagen is really concentrating and trying to improve their connectivity with their cars, and all these sockets show you that. So here we have the climate control. This car comes with dual zone climate control. You can set it in automatic or change the speed as you like. Seat heaters, the standard functions. So here we have the Mmi system, the Mmi screen. I really like how it's completely flushed with the rest of the dashboard. There's not even a frame where you can distinguish where the screen ends. And you have your standard digital radio. You can connect your media devices, your phone, and as usual, voice-activated functions. Has a really nice navigation screen. Now that it also comes with a digital dashboard, you can have your navigation on the dashboard itself, so you don't have to even look to the right to see your navigation here. So now this car also has Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, and MirrorLink. And this function lets you change the settings with the car, as you can see. So overall, I think it's a very good system, very quick to respond to my to the touch, and has a very uninvasive look. It's not too colorful. It's not unnecessarily flashy. It's simple, elegant, and I think it's really an improvement over the existing system. So let's take a closer look at the digital instrument cluster. So you can I have to turn on the infotainment system. So you get your map on the dashboard itself, so you don't even have to look right. Like I said, you can enlarge it. So then the speedometer and the tachometer become smaller, and you have a much bigger map area. Again, I think this is very similar to the Audi's virtual dashboard. So overall, a much needed improvement. So the Atlas also has a sizable glove box. I think it's quite standard. You can insert your CDs and your SD cards, etc. But it's a usable space, and you can lock it as well. So let's take a look in the back seat. Again, a very nice rectangular opening. If you can see, it's a very big rectangular opening, so very easy to get inside. A little bit of a step up. And as I said earlier, this seat is set to my driving position. I'm 5'8" or 1.7 meters, and I can fit another person here. But that being said, I can move the seat forward if I want to give more space to the people sitting behind. And I have a nice central console. Let me show you that. There you go. With air conditioning, vents, as well as the temperature controls. And furthermore, if you look down here, you have 2 USB sockets. So people in the back as well can be connected. And one last interesting advantage is that there is a very minimal central transmission tunnel. So sitting in the middle as well for an adult, I mean, I have to keep my feet together, but even if I have to keep them to the side, 3 people can sit quite comfortably in the back. Well, the real question is, how does it fare in the rear seat? Because Volkswagen really says that this car is a true 7-seater, even for 7 adults. So let's put it to the test. Pull this tab. The seat tips forward and slides forward. Quite easy. And again, a very large opening. And I have a handle here. So hold on to that. And here we go. And pull the seat back. And again, for somebody of my size, this truly is quite spacious. I mean, yes, my knees are up. There is no under-thigh support. But as you can see, the seats are very well contoured, and they're very wide. So 2 adults sitting back here will be quite comfortable, perhaps not for too long. But as I mentioned earlier, you have cup holders and an armrest and an air conditioning vent, and still have a considerable amount of headroom. So this car really is, a genuine 7-seater. So here we have a white-colored Atlas. This has 20-inch wheels in silver color. And, well, first of all, the Atlas is a new name for the Volkswagen Group. And that's because the American marketing team for Volkswagen decided to name the car Atlas. And that's because, the other SUVs that Volkswagen has right now, like the Tiguan or the Touareg, are a little bit difficult to pronounce. So they wanted to make sure that this car, has a very approachable sound to the name. Furthermore, this Atlas will be produced here in the US at the facility in Chattanooga, Tennessee, and will be shipped out to the rest of the world from there. Furthermore, this is again based on the MQB platform, so that means primarily front-wheel drive and optionally 4-wheel drive, but the front wheels never get decoupled. And by global shipments, I mean primarily China. We won't see the Atlas in Germany. And this car is actually very similar to the Cross Blue concept that we saw back in 2013. So anyway, let's go check out the inside. So here, we still have the same dashboard, silver, gray metal and wood inlay, but the seats are completely a different color. It's a very beige color. Now let's take a look in the back. In this car, we have an example of a child seat, as you can see, and Volkswagen has tried to make it very easy for people to get into the back, so you don't have to remove the child seat to get into the back seat. As long as you don't have an actual child inside, you can tip the seat forward and push it to the front, and that gives enough room for somebody to climb back inside. Here we see another color. It's a dark silver color, rather dark gray, sorry. And so the Atlas is going to be sold a little bit more premium to the Tiguan, but will be undercutting the Touareg. So for somebody who wants a bigger car than the Tiguan with more practicality, but doesn't want the premium badge of the Touareg, this is the perfect car. So let's take a look under the hood. If I can figure it out. There we go. So it's assisted and it stays up by itself. So the Atlas comes with two engine options at the moment, and both are petrol. This is the 3.6 liter V6, naturally aspirated, which makes 280 horsepower. There is also a smaller 2 liter turbo, which makes 238 horsepower. And as standard, this car comes with front wheel drive and the 8-speed automatic transmission. But if you want, you can spec the 4-wheel drive version as well. And true to Volkswagen's character, very neat laid out engine bay. Everything is, finished well. So I'm here with Dr. Lickhartz, the product range manager. Thank you so much for being with us. So the Volkswagen Atlas, what was the concept behind developing this car?
Yeah, we said we want to really focus on the American market and want to make a car in the mid-size segment really dedicated to hit the American market, and this combined with the Volkswagen genes we typically have.
Okay, and what about the markets? I mean, this car is made here in Chattanooga, Tennessee, and it's primarily designed for the American market, but what about the scalability? Where can you also sell this car?
We'll sell it in Russia, so all markets where the size is also from the customer wanted, like Russia or the Middle East. And in China, we will produce it in the south with the SAIC Volkswagen.
Okay. And what are the developments in the future for this car in terms of adding a diesel engine perhaps, or switching to electric drive? What is the future plans for this model range?
Regarding diesel, as you can imagine, the question is open. Going forward, we will have to mention about any electrification as the law is getting tighter to make more electrification. So we think about it because we have a lot of volume also in China, and we also think about derivatives from this car.
Okay, and finally, what's the price for the car?
Yeah, we decided to be really competitive to other brands. So if you look at it, it's not fully finished yet, but the car will start somewhat around between 30,000 and 45,000, depending on the content you want to have as a customer.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you very much.
So, the Volkswagen Atlas. I think it offers a really good value proposition for the American market, for somebody who wants something bigger than the Tiguan, but doesn't want to shell out that much cash for a Touareg. And additionally, the third row of seats. It has a really strong design, has really good interior space, lots of headroom, lots of width in the seats. Even the third row is completely usable for full-size adults. Additionally, the Atlas comes with better technology now, better safety features, the virtual dashboard, as well as the improved infotainment system. And overall, I think this car is going to really sell well. It's, again, being primarily focused for the American market. It probably won't be sold in other European markets, we can be sure of that. But the Atlas is supposed to carry you everywhere, but can it carry the Volkswagen Group out of its diesel scandal slump? Only time will tell.